LSD is one of the most important discoveries the human being ever made. It's the key to changing your own brain. Now, there's perhaps 1 out of 1,000, maybe 1 out of 10,000 people who are mature enough and self-confident enough to be able to use this. Particularly back in the 60s, at the height of the Judeo-Christian empire, when we were sending good Christians over to Vietnam and so forth, LSD was a very powerful revolutionary device, giving people control of their own brains. But I've never advocated it. You can't advocate the telescope, you can't advocate the microscope, you can't advocate nuclear fusion. I believe in freedom. I believe in young people. I believe in courage. I believe in making mistakes and taking responsibility for yourself. I can't lose. That's the tide of history. That's freedom. You wonder why they put me in jail? The reason was, of course, that the Nixon administration had told the American people the #1 corrupting influence and danger to the American way of life is drugs. And he was absolutely right. Now, he couldn't do anything about it. The more he talked about drugs, the more billions of dollars he put into his army of narcs that went around the world bothering people, more and more people were taking drugs. So he had no successes to show, but if he could arrest what he and his colleagues thought was the spokesperson or the leading figures, I was a symbol of it. That's what I think. What do you think? Any sensible observer of the human situation knew in 1968 that it was going to be a reaction, that the adult authority, the older generation, was really angry that the young people refused to grow up and be like them. So Nixon and Reagan were both elected on the campaign of crush the kids, stop the dissent in the colleges. We all know that. So it was inevitable that you have that reaction, and it was also inevitable that that kind of reaction wouldn't hold, because basically the American people don't want a government of spies and wiretapping. We don't want a government that's drafting our kids and sending them off. We don't want a government of narcotics agents busting into middle-class people's houses. Everything about that was against the American way of life. We knew that reaction would happen. We knew that it would end, and we knew that time is on my side.